Hey everyone, I'm Mark Sargent, and this is Flat Earth Q&A emails number 76, where you send me your Flat Earth questions to msargent23 at comcast.net. That's msargent 23 at comcast.net, and I will do my best to answer them, although it may take a while because I get a lot of emails. Let's get right to it. This one's called Survival Guide. Please. Hi, Mark. Love the show. It runs a little late for me to watch it live. He's talking about Strange World on Tuesday nights. And he says, 3 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time here in Jersey? Oh, in the Channel Islands. Oh, Jersey Channel Islands. Okay. Do you know our little island where the founders of New Jersey were not proud of it? I did not know. So apparently New Jersey was based off of the original Jersey, which is in the Channel Islands. I've yet to bump into another flat earther. Oh, they're out there, man. Only those which I have managed to semi-convert. Haha. Seems that this topic just doesn't hit home with some people, or at least not as strongly as it did me 12 months ago. I'm moving to Liverpool in a couple of months to be closer to my family, start my own business, and hopefully be able to reach UK FE convention in the next year. Huh, cool. Remember, Survival Guide. Thanks a bunch, Greg. Well, no, you put Survival Guide in the title, so I'm not going to forget it. It's kind of right there in my face. But thank you for that. This one is also called Survival Guide, and it's shorter. Hey, Mark, we met briefly at the Mukilteo meetup this weekend. I'm Dottie. I wanted to ask for a copy of the Survival Guide if you don't mind. I also wanted to send you a pic I took today, April 26th, about 6:30 p.m. This was an app called Diopitra, and I'm just calling BS on what you can see. It's based off the globe model. I don't have the best zoom, but you get the picture. Anywho, love your work. Stay flat, my friend. And that's from Dottie. Thank you. That's awesome. This one's called Flat Earth Conference. Hi, Mark. I see the Flat Earth Conference will be in my area, Colorado. Yes, indeed. Denver, Colorado this November. If you guys want to look it up, just go to fe2018.com. I hope that I will get a chance to meet you there in November. Probably I will meet a lot of people. I don't know how much time we'll be able to spend with everybody, which is why my public things are just Q&As, basically, where you have a chance to get the microphone and talk to me about stuff. I'm planning on buying a ticket soon. Happy 50th and many more. Your corporate travel agent, subject matter expert. Oh, right, Cindy Lorraine. Right, she was my corporate travel agent. And Cindy, I totally will try to remember your name so I can remember you at the conference. That's great. That's wonderful. Yep, she was my corporate travel agent, subject matter expert. You can look that up on YouTube, the entire interview. Very, very cool. This one's called Science Questions. Hi, Mark. Happy birthday. I know this is a while ago, guys. Looking forward to the upcoming Sacramento meetup. Please send me your 5 science questions. I have some scientist friends who are open to such discussions and would like to see how they respond. Thanks, Anonymous. So I won't say who that is because I see their name right up at the top of the screen there. And if you don't want me to say your name, that's fine. You can do this. The 5 science questions, if anyone wants them, they basically cover just long distance photography, gravity versus the vacuum of space, the eclipse shadow, the temperature of the moon, and the Van Allen radiation belts. And these are the same questions I sent to a Georgetown physicist on behalf of a German television team that wanted to do a debate between us, and the guy folded like a card table. And I know that kind of dates me because nobody has card tables. Except my family. We have lots. This one's called the ISS. Hello, Marky Mark from Sweden. Yep, never heard the Marky Mark thing before. Glad that whole music thing happened. I have a question about the astronauts on the ISS. I agree that the whole thing appears to be a hoax, but my question then would be, if the astronauts are not in space all this time, where are they? Some of these astronauts are supposedly in space for months, even a year. So are they just kept in a NASA bunker below ground or something for all this time? Because if they were spotted down on Earth when they are supposed to be in space, well, that is game over for their story, so to speak. So how do they keep the astronauts under wraps so well? They just do. They put them in an Air Force base or, a NASA bunker. You don't have to do much with them. Remember, everyone in the military is paid to shut up and paid to follow orders. So if you're a security guard and you see a NASA guy walking by you and you're not watching television to know that he's supposed to be in space, and maybe later you find out that, hey, he was in my Air Force base when he was supposedly up there on the ISS, the big question is, who are you going to tell? Who are you going to go to? Are you going to go to one of the major network affiliates? You're really going to do that because you signed something. Remember, you signed stuff in the military that says if you tell secrets of any kind, they can put you up for treason, which means no court. They just throw you wherever they want to throw you, in a jail cell or into a hole. Either way. Although the YouTuber CC, who's on Patricia Steer a while back, suggested that someone should ping the astronaut mobile phones to see where they're actually located. Actually, that's pretty good. To settle it once and for all, are they up there or down on the ground? Regards, Closet Flat Earther. No, they're down on the ground. Absolutely, they're down on the ground. They don't go up anywhere. They would do just like they did. Again, if you haven't watched Capricorn One, watch it. Well, look up that movie from the late 70s, made by an independent film group, major players in this movie, and for the day anyway, late 70s, and it was about how they faked a Mars mission. And literally, they just took these guys and flew them to an Air Force base, a very small Air Force base, one of those black sites where you can do anything you want. And, it's not your regular enlisted guys there. These are guys that know how to keep a secret. In fact, they're proud to keep a secret. This one's called Article Elon Musk Shares Stunning Footage of Comet's Surface Passing Rosetta. Elon Musk shared an incredible video on Thursday of a rare glimpse of a natural wonder, the European Space Agency's Rosetta satellite, which completed its historic 12-year mission in 2016, blah, 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 went by a comet. The footage looked like it was taken straight out of Game of Thrones, the ice wall. Literally, somebody was watching Game of Thrones, says, I'm just going to make that and pass it off as space footage. Bunch of crap. This one's called Photo for Your Slideshow from Paul on the Plane. Hey, Mark, here's a photo for your slideshow. Love to see it added. Thanks. Have a great time in Toronto. Fingers crossed. Yes, I was right. By the time I hadn't gone to Toronto yet, we're doing time travel. Yep. And I love that photo from Paul on the Plane, and I did use it. In fact, I used it in my channel trailer recently. This one's called Antarctica. And it says, Mark, for the past 2 or 3 weeks, almost every single ad I get on YouTube is for the Antarctic travel. I've never looked up anything in regards to traveling to Antarctica. Wondering if it's me or anyone else who watches Flat Earth videos. Cheers. And that's from the Chad. And yeah. They're doing the best they can. I have never seen a conspiracy or something that the powers that be respond so quickly and so broad stroke, so heavy-handed. Where the space stories now are coming out, multiple ones a day, doing what they can. Even where Donald Trump recently says, "Oh yeah, Space Force. We're going to create a Space Force like the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard." Really? You're going to create that's straight out of Starship Troopers or the Space Marines from Aliens or the last Independence Day. That whole Space Force. Yeah, we're going to do that. One of the big reasons, and I said this on an interview recently, you would never be able to create a Space Force is because it would completely draw the recruiting power away from all the other branches. Why would you ever join the Army or the Coast Guard or anything when you could join the Space Force? The Space Force would be such a cool thing. No one would ever enlist in anything else. Everyone would try for the Space Force. In fact, what exactly, and even if you join the Space Force, what exactly are you doing? Really? Is it going to be like Hicks and Hudson and Vasquez? You're going to give them guns and what? You're going to fight aliens? What are we doing with the Space Force? Seriously. This one's called Flat Earth, lots of exclamation points. Hey Mark, my name is Scott. I have recently stumbled across the Flat Earth theory in the past week. I have to say that at first I was highly confused and totally against the entire idea, but as I started asking myself questions and decided to research further and further, I have literally drained myself in the past week with endless hours over video footage, pictures, scientific facts, and cannot seem to draw a conclusion because everything as far as evidence goes is more likely proposed to the Flat Earth theory as opposed to the globe. I need help and I need answers. I would love to become a huge contributor to the science of this, and I'm willing to go to the edges of the earth to get some legitimate answers through the process of scientific elimination. Please get back to me. In fact, I don't know how much of a difference I can make, but I'm very intuitive and never convinced of anything. I believe in facts. I still remain scriptural on the Flat Earth model as well, but like I mentioned, the vast majority of evidence compiled I believe to be more applicable to the Flat Earth theory. Good point. There's definitely more than meets the eye here, so please get back with me. Thanks, Kayla. Yep, I'll respond to Kayla. This one's called Photo of a Satellite in Front of the Moon. Mark, the link below has 2 photographs of the moon taken by a professional photographer named Ken Wheeler, or the Angry Photographer, but his channel is named after a Greek god or something. Can you take a look at the Nikon D850 link under his comments and look at the 1 o'clock area of the moon, and you'll see a black spot, which he says is a satellite, but I can't focus any larger than Flickr allows. By the way, he only mentions one spot, but I saw a second spot on the left of the one. Also, I also advised him to watch your vids on satellites, Newton's third law. Did I have any vids on satellites? He's actually a Mensa and writes books about magnetism and other related stuff. Thanks, Michael. If he's a Mensa, and he copied Jeranism on this. If he's a Mensa, he's already gone. There's nothing you can do for him. He's so indoctrinated. Yeah, remember, most of the people that fight flat Earth and they eventually snap out of it, they only have high school education, maybe a little bit of college. I mean, I never graduated. Remember, I was thrown out because it manufactured explosives on campus. But if you had a master's degree in any physical science or higher, then what you're seeing the five lights. You are following the whole George Orwell thing. You're done. You're cooked. You're grim. Sorry, I stole from a movie there. This one's called Flat Earth. Very good video, Mark. A couple of thoughts. The astronauts probably don't want to be on such an exact record of lying about going to the moon, knowing someday it will come out. They don't want to be on a recent video still playing the big lie. Also, early in the video, you had a good thought that only a generation or two would have to keep the flat Earth truth. After that, all in the know would be gone. Maybe that has happened, and there remains no one left to reveal the truth. Yeah, that's from John. You're absolutely right. It's amazing how much can be lost in one generation if you don't tell them, which is why The Village was so great. I love The Village. M. Night Shyamalan. I know he hasn't made a lot of great stuff recently, but he's still a fine director in my opinion. And when he made The Village, it was a fascinating concept, which is take a bunch of kids and build a town, a fake town in the middle of a wildlife preserve, if you're rich enough, and raise these kids in that town. You can make up anything you want. You can say, hey, we're in the 1800s and we're going to live like the Amish people. You don't tell them about the outside world. As a matter of fact, the world is what is presented to them. So there is no outside world. There may be other colonies, but there's monsters in the woods. You're never going to get to the other colonies. The kids believe anything you tell them because they have no access to the outside world. And what's the difference between that movie and where we are now? All right, this one's called, I have a very important message for you. I have a very important message for you concerning the death of a deceased client. That is the same surname with you and a fund valued at $16.8 million to be paid if you contact me at blah, blah, blah at gmail.com for more details. Ooh, that totally sounds good. Also because it was sent to undisclosed recipients and blind copied. Yep, totally interested in that. I'm going to email them back. I want that $16 million. This one's called, I finally watched Capricorn One. See, there you go. Mark, Capricorn One was a good movie. It is hard to believe that I've never seen it. Lately, I've been trying to catch up on my flat Earth homework. One thing I noticed in the movie, when Brubaker was talking to his wife, that's an astronaut, by the way, trying to let her know something was wrong, he referred to their vacation in Yosemite. However, they went to Flat Rock, Arizona. The first thing that popped into my head about Yosemite was Half Dome Flat Rock and Half Dome. Coincidence? Maybe. But in the context of what this movie is about and what faking a space mission could be about, I don't edit these, is interesting. I wonder if hiding Earth's shape and a dome covering it has even occurred to the person or person behind this movie. The final chase scene happened at Flat Rock. The fake Mars lander was in an airplane hangar near Flat Rock. Flat Earth was not directly mentioned in the 1978 audience, but the clues are there. What do you think? Respectfully, Steve Griffith, aka, oh yeah, Philtast in California, that license plate, Filtast. Write that down, see if you can figure it out. Yeah. Again, Capricorn One, which I saw years ago on television, and then revisited it. It's not much in syndication now. I mean, you don't see it on many movie channels for obvious reasons. And it hasn't aged particularly well, but the concept is brilliant, which is, can you fake a space mission? Yes, you can. It's very easy. In fact, they even showed it in the movie. The NASA does not have to know. All the people that need to know is the telemetry guys. In fact, the one telemetry guy that went off-road and wrote his own program because the telemetry data is all wrong, he was removed in one of the spookiest scenes ever. He was removed from existence. It was absolutely... watch that movie and you'll know what I'm talking about. Basically they can erase you. Back then, before the internet, I mean, it'll be a little harder now because they have to scrub the internet. But if they wanted to remove you to where no one would even remember that you lived in a particular area, especially if you didn't have family or friends anywhere close, they could. This is called Watch Top 10 Dumbest Flat Earth Arguments on YouTube. What's your view on the phases of the moon? Regards, Jim. I did watch it, and again, I could say that they're ignorant and they're horrible people, but they just haven't seen it yet. It hasn't clicked. This one's called What is Beyond the Dome? Mark, my name is Robin. What do you think is beyond the dome, and why is there a dome? Okay. Good question, both of them. First, let's say, why is there a dome? Two reasons. One, we are either like a box full of kittens that needs to be protected from the outside, or we are a box full of scorpions that should never ever be let out to roam free. Take your pick. I would probably go with the scorpions. We're pretty dangerous, and sci-fi movies have touched on this. I mean, there's The Day the Earth Stood Still, which was remade with Keanu Reeves later. The original one was the Galactic Federation said that, yeah, human beings are never going to be allowed space travel to roam beyond their solar system or even outside their planet, because they're just too dangerous. As far as what do I think is beyond the dome, I think it's the playground of the gods. I'll leave it at that. Let's move on to this one's called Good Luck at Hot Docs Planting the Seeds of FE. Okay to read on air. Mark, I just wanted to wish you both the best of luck. That's Patricia and me. This is an amazing moment where Flat Earth takes center stage on a mainstream media platform. This is bigger than the Flat Earth Conference, which can be written off as a bunch of kooks having a crazy meeting, because now you get to be on the mainstream stage. Well, yeah, if somebody buys it. The topic must be addressed formally now. It cannot be waved off so easily. I want the audience to know that aside from planting millions of seeds in the minds of people, Mark has done an unbelievable feat. Yes, Math, Eric, Jaron, Bob, Patricia, and all the others have also invested much of their own blood, sweat, and tears in pursuing this. And, sorry, need a drink of water. I was doing a treadmill this morning, I'm a little dehydrated. And to all of them and all the others I didn't mention, my hat's off to you all. But speaking about Mark here, it's weird reading me in the third person. I've been watching him for 2.5 years, trying not to miss a beat, but it's very hard because he is so prolific. One thing I do remember, that it was Mark who planted the seed for this documentary, probably on one of his old secret shows. It was Mark who said something to the effect. If there are any filmmakers out there, this is a documentary that is going to write itself. I think you should look into this and see how it turns out. It's a movement that's going to culminate in the world's first international FE conference in over 500 years. Was it this advice that prompted Daniel Clark and the others to make this documentary? I think it could very well be. I don't know about that. So kudos to you, Mark. I would ask that if Mark and Patricia were asked to come to the stage at Hot Docs and give a short speech, maybe somebody could whip out their phone and record the video and please post it. And they did. Go figure. Or at least turn your audio recorder on your own phones and upload the audio for us to hear. If the documentary wins any awards or garners any recognition, please record that as well. My best wishes to both of you at the FE community. Stellar work, guys. Break a leg up there. Sincerely, Jack Frost. And yeah, thank you for that. The documentary, we didn't get asked to go up on stage, but Daniel did ask us to be acknowledged, and then of course they gave us a microphone because people wanted to ask us questions. But remember, the documentary is not about us; it's about the filmmakers, Daniel and Nick and Caroline and the other producers. Which is, they wanted to make this about the people of Flat Earth, and I thought it was very fair. Is it a Flat Earth cheerleading movie? No, it is not. Is it going to make some Flat Earthers irritated because there's an astronaut in it and a scientist and a psychologist? Yeah, of course. But that's because we want a flawless victory, like anything. We want a blowout, like any team. It's red team versus blue team, and we want a blowout. You hate to see, even if you're winning 50-0, you hate to see the other team score because you want a shutout. And that's not what this movie is. But would I show this movie to anyone out there that's walking the streets and just pull them off and say, hey, you want to watch a weird thing about flat earthers? Yep, I would show it to them because it plants the seed. That's what this movie does. It plants the seed. That's all I can ask of anybody. This one's called Flat Earth Clues Full. Hey, Mark, in Part 9, The Magic Show, have they seemingly fixed the gap? My wife, still a global believer, is now seeing nonstop flights making their destinations from Santiago to Australia, South America to Australia, within the 12-hour globe model. Can't we find someone to take Joel Richardson up on his offer? He has challenged Rob Skiba. I would love to see this guy come over to our side. He would be a tremendous asset among Christians. Surely we ought to be able to find enough money to do this. I certainly don't have it. David Tutwiler in Idaho. No, again, I'm not saying that the flights aren't there. What I'm saying is you cannot prove the routes, which is why I did Clue 9. You cannot prove the routes with latitude and longitude. They drop off. The planes literally drop off the GPS system. Now, you may still see them on the screen. Oh, yeah, you may still see that little icon moving across there. They don't want to spook people necessarily, even though they were doing that for years and years. But now, again, try to find me the exact location of that plane. This one's called License Plate Michigan. Hi, Mark. Dave Klein here in Traverse City, Michigan, sending you a few plate pictures. Cool. Thank you. If anyone wants to do a flat earth license plate, I will absolutely include it in my compilations because I was the first one to do one. Mine, you know, what can you do with 6 letters, 7 letters, 8 letters? Mine is it's flat, but there's flat earth, no globe, no curve. There's all sorts of fun stuff out there. This one's called Flat Earth. Hey, Mr. Sargent, I'm Gavin. I watched a video about the Kola borehole. It is the furthest drill into the Earth, 7.5 miles with a 9-inch diameter. Then they just packed up and capped off the hole. Bit odd. I believe that the Earth is flat, and I'm thinking that they found proof. What if the drill bit reached 7.5 miles in that location and actually poked through the Earth's base? Now they would have kept going. What if the underside has high mountains and low plains like our surface? Would love to hear your thoughts on the matter. Thank you, Gavin. No. I think the flat Earth is pretty thick, relatively thick. 50 miles, 100 miles, who knows? But the drill bits were just turning to slag when they got down to 8 miles, which is weird. Yeah, do I think that the Earth is only that thick? No. But it's if it was me, I would give it a little breathing room. Because remember, if I was going to drill down, here's what I would do. I would just start. If you have the means, you don't use drill bits. If you were the military, here's how you want to drill down and see how far down this thing goes. You just start using atomic weapons. You just one blast after another, because each blast goes down probably a mile. I think disintegrates like a mile worth of space, I think. So you just blow a big hole, then dump another atomic thing down there and blow another hole and just keep dropping these things down until you figure out what you hit. Now, it would cost quite a bit of money and it would be radioactive beyond means, but it would be really, really interesting to see. So that's what I would do. That's just a thought. Moving on. This one is the Truth Seeker. That's what it's called. Greetings, Mark. Let's start it like this. I want to find out the truth before I die. First of all, I'm a Christian. I'm not saying that I'm a flat earther, but the last few months I'm watching your videos and doing my own research, and everything that I see, hear, and read that you guys post definitely makes sense. A little bit about me. My name is Mahalio Matic, 41 years old, born and raised in Serbia. I gotta do it. The last 10 years I've lived in the U.S. and I am a U.S. citizen. My full-time job is a skydiving instructor. I have more than 4,500 jumps, lots of success in that area. Since all of us already think that Felix Baumgartner's jump was a scam, I'm ready to do something same or similar to prove or disprove theory about globe or flat Earth. I'm trying to make this email short and simple, just to give you the idea what I'm interested, capable to do. If you guys think we can create a project together, prove this once and for all, feel free to contact me at any time. God bless. Best regards, Mahalio Matic. And, you know, his English is actually pretty good. Normally, it's easier to read because pronouns and adverbs and stuff like that are missing. But in this case, he was good. And he's also a AFF instructor, Sigma instructor, videographer, scuba diving instructor, tunnel flight instructor. Wow, it's a lot of stuff. Oh, and you can look him up. He's on extremesportsusa.com. Awesome. That's really, really good. Wow. All right. Cool stuff. All right, this one's called Astronaut Chris Hatfield's Online Masterclass for Space. Oh, God, yes. Mark, check this out. Chris Hatfield is signing people up for an online space class. He describes the students who purchase. I actually love the masterclass concept. I do, and you guys have probably seen it on YouTube. There's a lot of really, really neat stuff out there. But this one is a piece of crap and expected. He describes the students who purchase course as people who undoubtedly will fly in space in the near future. No chance. Claims, sorry, unless you're Air Force and you're a decent rank in Air Force, you're not going ever to space. Look at every person that's been to space, especially in the United States space program. They are all Air Force, all officers. Claims this is very apparent by the reusable first stage tech. What I found interesting is he describes using stars for guiding oneself in space travel. I have not read this email, yet we've all seen the video of astronauts and their discrepancies if they can even reach the stars. With social media, astronauts trying to make a buck in his era poke holes in the big picture. People fail to see them, I suppose. That's from Virgil. Yeah. Nobody sign up for the masterclass for the astronaut stuff. This one's called A Possible Original Flag of Antarctica from the Issaquah guy. Mark, I was watching this video 3 minutes, 48 seconds in. The old school photo of it was included and makes me wonder the validity of it and how it pertains to what answers could possibly provide for us. By the way, this is Robbie B. from Issaquah. We spoke briefly on your birthday, and I would have wished you a happy birthday if I had known, so happy belated birthday, Robbie B. And the video, if you guys want to know what the video he's talking about, is called... What's it called? And we're still waiting for... It's called A Flat Earth Video No One Has Seen Before, early 1900s. And it was done about a year ago. So you can look that up if you want. All right, moving on. This one's called My World. Say how long it is. Good day, Mark. Greetings from across the plain. I'm a 41-year-old female ex-soldier who lives in close to Cape Town, South Africa. Married to Paul with 3 amazing, and I might add, very confused and disillusioned by my discoveries. Boys, age 17, 14, and 11. Stumbled across FE December 2016, lost my mind, found it again. I thoroughly enjoy your work. Found this video. It provides some scientific proof of FE. Maybe you've seen it, thought I'd share it. I'm looking for ways to connect people across Earth to say, for instance, all take a picture of the night sky at exactly the same time and post it and see what it shows in reality. Maybe the collective effort shows stuff we haven't seen, even thought, or looking for. Enough for now. Just want to pop in and say hi. Kind regards, Esmari Van Niekerk. And the video she's talking about is called... I love this YouTube preloading crap. Come on. Oh, the ad, you have to like pause it twice. It's called Science Proves Earth is Flat. Terra Convexa. Yeah. I've seen that one. That's that South American one. It's actually pretty well done in terms of production. But the alien Bibu or whatever that speaks Portuguese that's hiding in the bushes. Yeah, not really liking that. All right, this one's called Shooting Stars and Other Hot Potatoes, and it was also sent to Patricia. What's up, Mark? I have a few thoughts I'd like to share with you, and hopefully I'll hear your feedback on a future mailbag episode of Strange World. My first thought in regarding shooting stars. What exactly are they, and where do they come from? I was recently gazing at the full moon and had a strange idea. What if we call shooting stars, what we call our shooting stars, are actually tiny fragments falling from the moon? Perhaps the dark areas of the face of the moon, which we think are craters, actually are the result of centuries of moon surface falling away. My next thought is on why the elite let flat Earth seep into public consciousness. As any programmer will tell you, a vital part of developing a successful program is running the debug function. Yes, that's true. Before you can distribute the final executable program, you need to test it multiple times. Yeah, don't get me started. I have tested way too much software in my lifetime. Both privately, corporately, and entertainment-wise. It doesn't matter. To correct any syntax errors and close all curly brackets, I believe this is what the elite have been doing with Flat Earth. After about 60 years of programming, they want to test the effectiveness of their methodology. They need to know what percentage of the populace is ready for the next stage of willful servitude and how much resistance they can expect from those of us capable of seeing through their lies. There's a sci-fi show called Altered Carbon on Netflix, in which a character stated, and I'm paraphrasing, when people believe a lie long enough, the truth can no longer set them free. Good point. My final thought I'd like to share with you is unrelated to Flat Earth. You've mentioned a few times that you're a fan of Fallout 3. Yes, I am. If you haven't played Fallout 4 yet, you might be interested to know Patricia Steere did some voice acting in this game. No. Although Patricia Steere could do voiceovers. She could, but I mean, she could do a lot of things. She's very talented. Okay, not really, but there's a character in the game who bears a very strong resemblance to Patricia. The character is called Magnolia. When you have some time, and I have not played Fallout 4. I'm sorry, I was such a huge fan of Fallout 3 that I played all the mods and the expansions and everything. That I think Fallout 4 would just be a letdown. Plus, I heard it's just really more of Fallout 3. Fallout 3 was pretty much perfection when they got to the end of it. Oh, I love that game. It was my obsession, whereas Warcraft was my love, but Fallout 3 was my obsession. When you have some time, listen to the songs Man Enough and Good Neighbor by Linda Carter. I didn't know she sung. I'm sure you'll agree it sounds like Patricia Steere singing. Really? Linda Carter sung in that thing? Sorry for the lengthy email. Thanks for all your Flat Earth videos. You've changed the world one viewer at a time. And that's William from Indiana. Song links. All right. Well, you know what? It's going to be in my to-do folder. I'll put it over there. I'll be listening to it because I'm curious to hear. What kills me is when somebody finds a voice that sounds like mine. And there are people out there. I'm not My voice isn't completely unique. This one's called Toledo Sun and Moon today, and Chicago from 40 miles away yesterday. Yay, Mark. He literally said, yay, Mark. Wild Dave Schmidt here. I got out yesterday to witness the Chicago skyline from 40 miles away at the Indiana Sand Dunes Park. Just my cell phone and naked eye, no CGI. Amazing result. Make it public so people will understand it's people like us, truth seekers who will find the truth. The picture of the sun and moon were taken this morning in Toledo at my fuel stop. They look about the same size. Interesting. P.S. Life changes when our habits change. And we are where we are in life because of ourselves. I choose to be unique. Put a smile on your face and thank your mother today. She chose life. And we all have a special purpose. Thanks for opening my senses to our true Earth. P.S. My next experiment is testing the moonlight temperature with an infrared laser thermometer. Just ordered on Amazon. Yay. And so there's some pictures. And yeah, there's Chicago skyline from the other side. Yep, clear as day. I love that he calls it so. He's Wild Dave Schmidt here, and he's wearing like a prospector's hat. He looks like it might as well be a photo from the 1800s, him pointing at the Chicago skyline. That's awesome. Thank you for that. That's really, really great. All right, this one's called nope, that one's too controversial, can't read that. This one's called Drone Weaponry. It was sent to Hot Potatoes and myself. What could possibly go right? And there's a pitch. No, good lord, it's 18 meg picture. I'm not opening up that 18 meg picture. You're lucky because my email only handles 25 meg max. Flat Earth map. Good morning, Mark. I installed your Flat Earth app, oh god, on my phone and watched all your Flat Earth clues videos. They're really well made and seriously interesting. I enjoy them a lot. Thank you. I was wondering though if you had any idea where I can order a full-size laminated Flat Earth world map. Yeah, on Amazon. You can get all sorts of them. There's tons of Flat Earth maps out there. I would like to hang this on my wall and study it in large detail. Look forward to hearing from you. Kind regards, Eric Webble. And yeah, hopefully you didn't stop at that email. It is easy. Just type in Flat Earth map in Amazon. Just about anything can be bought on Amazon. It's amazing what's out there now, which is why it's killing just about everything. Because, I mean, I can't remember the last time I drove anywhere to buy something, other than like food. And even then, you can get it from Amazon. This one's called The Natural Plane. Mark, my brother, greetings. I wish to share with you these quoted words from the book. These are the ones who cause divisions. They live on the natural plane, devoid of the spirit. It doesn't say they live on a sphere, globe, ball, pair. See, sphere, ball, globe, ball, I use pair. I know that's a Neil deGrasse Tyson thing. After 1484 out of 1,500 pages of our Creator's doctrine, I can confidently say it is written multiple times that Earth is immovable. Brother, absolutely. If you guys have any doubt of that, go and check out Rob Skiba's great website, which is testingtheglobe.com. Therefore, be humble yet bold when refuting the false teachers. Thank you for using, this is why I do this on Sunday, guys. Thank you for using your credibility, status, and platform to encourage others to be disciplined and specific when deceitfully uttering the word round whilst promoting their foolish balls. Earth's seas are level, the magnificent plane we live on undulates divinely, and the heavens are fascinating and glorious. Hallelujah. Stay good, manly. Oh, I know who said this. Stay good, manly, and humble while traversing the earth and educating Brother Mark. I know you are a top guy, but if there's anything I, Robert Don, can do for you, let it be known, my friend. Yeah, that's awesome. And I met him. Down the Arcadia meetup down in Los Angeles just recently. So this was sent long before then. And his emails and voicemails are always so positive. It's great. I love it. This one's called People Couldn't Handle the True Space is Real, but Earth is Flat. Mark, love all this flat Earth stuff, but I think everyone in it is so hung up on space travel being fake. Well, that's because people lean on space travel. They lean on NASA. My thought is that space travel might be so easy, they must fake how difficult it is. In other words, scare people from other words. Okay, I'm sorry. I have to correct this. Other words that scare people from trying to go to the moon with vacuum, extreme temps, solar radiation, big rockets that explode, telemetry. Wow, scary. But really a simple 3,000 mile hot air balloon flight and you're there. What if they can't show the fourth wall because it would Earth behind them Oof, this is tough, guys. It's verbatim. But really close, the footage of the moon landing is total fake. But what if the 60s we had a common tech that could allow anyone to get there and the rulers knew time was up? Time to fake it before someone else tries it. My thought is the moon is a solid object. To be flat or a sphere, it doesn't matter. It's there. It serves a purpose they don't want anyone to understand. Before anyone ran a 4-minute mile, it was thought impossible. But as soon as someone did it, a bunch of people did it. That's true. Once the first person did it, yeah. I don't know how that is relevant. I know, I like it. Oh yeah, sorry, lost my train of thought. And then he writes that. If a commoner can get there, everyone would soon get there and know the earth is flat. I don't believe anything is beyond the firmament, but there is a lot to see within it. That's from Michael. Thanks, Michael. That's great. This one's called Q&A. Hi, Mark. Nice meeting you tonight at Spins. Okay, so now we're at least up to the Toronto meetup. I recorded the Q&A with the director and filmmakers after the documentary. If you're interested, I can send it to you. That's from Andre. Yep. We did the first showing, which was after the meetup. We did not go to because the director said we want to show it to you privately before you go, so there's no surprises. And I liked it. I knew exactly what the documentary was going to be, and it did not disappoint. This one's called Moon. Mark, Earth's moon is Sun's deceased binary. When it faded, the universe was revealed. Ooh, I like that. It's a good science fiction movie. That's from Chard. I've never known a guy named Chard. I wonder if it's real. This one's called NASA Moon Mission. This was sent to Paul on the plane and Hot Potatoes and me. It's a link to Google Plus. I'm not going to click on that here. This one's called The Mecca on a Flat Earth. Hi, Mark. So when Muslims pray their 5 daily prayers, they must face Mecca for their prayers to be accepted. It only works if the earth is flat. Ah, see what you did there. Thanks. Yep. And I think there's a video tied to this, and the video is called... It's called... The Qibla? Q-I-B... Qibla? Qibla on a flat earth. You know what? I'm giving it a thumbs up. Awesome. And let's get back to this. This one's called something. And I'm trying to click on it. Sorry, taking a minute. Wow, absolutely incredible. That's what it's called. Mark, my name is Mark Burton. I live in Melbourne, Australia. I only discovered your YouTube video, They Hide God with the Biggest Lie Ever, Flat Earth Clues, yesterday, Tuesday, 1st of May, 2018. Right at this moment, I've only seen Flat Earth Clues Part 7, and yet I felt an absolute compelling need to reach out to you today and to say, and this is all caps, thank you. Your work in this video is astounding and actually sparks a voice inside me that says I somehow sense and subconsciously knew this all along. Now, no caps. Previously, over the past 2 or 3 months, I have seen being mesmerized by a number of Flat Earth videos, including the works by Eric DeBay. However, your video brings it all full circle, to pardon the pun. Your work is by far the most incredible, mind-blowing, educational, informative grouping of information I've ever discovered in my life. Thank you. P.S. I'm going back to start viewing Part 7 right now, and that's from Mark Burton in Melbourne, Australia. Thank you. That's, again... Okay, it's just the Dummy's Guide for Flat Earth. I don't think it's the end-all be-all of Flat Earth stuff, but I'm so glad that it woke people up. This one's called They Never Walk on the Moon, Belgian documentary about Russians. Hi, Mark and Patricia. I get carboned a lot on stuff that goes to Patricia, and I know she doesn't read these emails. She doesn't read a lot of emails. Hi, Mark, Patricia. I was pleased to meet you today, although it was quick for me. Hope you had a good dinner with Brian and will have good sleep before your flight. More important, you will have good memories from Toronto. That's true. I had a lot of great memories from Toronto. Mark, here are 2 links we talk about. First is the Belgian doc about the Russians. Unfortunately, this is only from Czech television. I can't find original or English version. You may have more luck with it. And please say hi to Patricia in case she will not get my email, and see you again somewhere, guys. Adding 3 pics of you from today, although none of them is good. Have a nice day, Daniel Marcinsiak. Oh yeah, that's us talking at the documentary, and yeah, there's a picture of us at the, yep, good shot. This one's called YouTube. Dear Mr. Sargent, I am a flurfer, that's a flat earther, And love to prove things the way you do, but not mentioning flat Earth. I think I may be onto something, another line of reasoning. I have watched your clues 1 through 10, and it hasn't been mentioned yet. My grasp of physics is rubbish, so I am running it past my brother this evening to see if he can help with the science. When I've run it up the flagpole of my globehead brother, if he salutes it, may I send you my thoughts, because you seem to have what it takes to chronicle these clues in a succinct and entertaining way. Much respect to you, Sir Dawn. And yes, send me whatever you want. Again, because remember, it takes me a long time to read these emails. Don't say, I will tell you this if you write me back. No, just tell me whatever it is. Well, it's just give it to me. Give it all to me in one shot, if you can. This one's called Science Questions. Hi, Mark. Could you send me the science questions that you put together for the astrophysicist? Thanks, Neil. Yeah. And anyone wants the science questions, I will send them to you. All you have to do is put science questions in the body or title or whatever, and I'll send it to you. This one's called Thanks, Mark. And it's loading. Mark, thanks for the prepper info. And yes, I printed it out, and I just got my new plates. Not sure if you have Missouri yet, but here it is. And take care and stay flat. And I believe I got this one, hopefully. Let me look at it real fast. It's loading. It's taking a long time. Yeah, tis flat from Missouri. Yep, it's a good one. Yep, thank you for that. This one's called ISS is a total fraud. Mark, you telling me no major part of the ISS has to be replaced since it was built almost 10 years ago? I'm calling BS on that. And yeah, it's not just 10 years ago. It's 20 years ago now. It's a long time. And that thing should be, remember, cars, airplanes, parts should be swapped out all the time. Who's doing it? I don't see these guys even carrying a wrench around. It's a bunch of crap up there. This one's called No Subject. Mark, I did not hit her. It's true. It's BS. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark. What? Do you know? Wait, is that a movie quote I'm supposed to know? Do you know when we will be able to watch Behind the Curve? No, I don't know yet. Will it be on Netflix or maybe on the internet somewhere? Thanks, Justin. No, I don't know. If you're high profile enough, you get a private screening. But the as far as I know, if they do have a distributor, and remember, they're under no obligation to tell me who they sold it to. I was just a guy in it, part of the subject. So yeah, we'll see. This one's called Mark. This one's called Neil deGrasse Tyson. Mark, thanks for the reply regarding Behind the Curve. Were you satisfied that they gave you a fair shake? Yes, I did. Who else is featured in the doc? I see only you and Patricia listed in the reviews, and that's from Robert. And the people that are the main people that it focuses on are myself, Nathan Thompson, Patricia, Bob from Globebusters, Chris Pontius, Jaron. Am I missing anybody else? Matt Boylan is mentioned in it, although they did not interview him personally. And then, of course, it shot at a whole bunch of different locations. And it's the people of Flat Earth. It is not a nuts and bolts. It is not a is it or isn't it Flat Earth movie. It is about the people of Flat Earth. This one is called, what's it called? Flat Earth with Mark Sargent, 60-second promo. Hi, Mark. This is Adiola, and I've been following your programs on Flat Earth for the past few years. It's been fantastic, and it's really opened my eyes. Very, very serious Christian. And I also have a civil engineering background. I was able to quickly understand what you were getting across to your research. What I have noticed over the past few years is that one is masking science with real engineering, theory versus practical. Every time I hear someone rail against the flat earth, I keep quiet and simply ask one question. Do you understand hydrology? Why this is a major area that I have not heard any argument against it. Even listening to your subject matter experts are excellent. The two best were the 30-year surveyor and the submarine are the best ones. Understand hydrology. Okay. I will revisit hydrology. This one's called No Subject. Mark, can I have those 5 science questions? Thanks, you are the best. John. Yep. Anyone wants those science questions? Again, they're not hard. I'll rattle them off to you real quick. They're real quick. You guys should commit these to memory. Long distance photography. The gravity versus the vacuum of space, the eclipse shadow, the moon temperature, Van Allen belts. Those are the big the science-based questions. It's in science's realm. You throw them at them, but and I wrote a paragraph for each one. I had to do it really quick because when I was supposed to do it for the Georgetown physicist, I was supposed to read it. The German team was recording me, and I would read these questions, and then they would play it for this guy. And when they played the questions for him, he's like, "Yeah, I'm out." So I think they're pretty good. This one's called Flat Earth Question. Hello, Mark. I have watched your presentations and a few others on YouTube. You have provided comprehensive evidence that leaves me no room for the globe Earth to stand. Now I am convinced the world is not round. I have more questions than I do answers. My world is now very different from what it was a week ago. Now that I am convinced the world is flat, now what do I do? What do we do with the knowledge? Why has this knowledge been hidden from everyone for so long? How do I use this knowledge to better myself or others? Where do we go from this point forward? Is there a way out of the dome? These are the sort of emails I get. Did prior cultures or civilizations figure out a way out? And if they did, where would they have gone? I need to be directed in a positive way to discover the answer to these questions. Thank you for opening my mind up to this new and exciting reality. Hope to hear from you soon. Kyle. Kyle, remember this is 2 months ago. That's how far back my emails go. If I go anywhere, my emails really get backed up. I'm in May, just the beginning of May now, and we've got June. I've got to punch through. Now we're going to be ending June here pretty soon. This one's called. Wait, how'd this one get so? This was May 6th. That's weird. Did he announce Space Force? This email's literally dated May 6th. Watch Trump announce Space Force as dodgy UFO disclosure intensifies on YouTube. I forgot that he announced Space Force back in May. But apparently didn't get any traction. That is weird. That's from Rob. Wow. Thanks, Rob. It's awesome. This one's called Survival Guide. Bet you thought we weren't going to hear any more of those this time around. Hey, Mark, I would love one of your survival guides. And yes, the need for survival guides is perpetual. Thanks, man. Stay flat. That's from William. If anyone wants a survival guide, all you have to do is write me an email, say survival guide. You don't even have to put anything in the email, and I will just send it to you. It's only 2 megs. Print it out if you get a chance. This one's called 2018 Conference. Mark, we would love to be Flat Earth Man's backup band for the conference. Hook us up if you can. That's from Chip. Oh, right. Chip Baker. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't have anything to do with that. But if you shoot a thing to Robbie Davidson, who runs the conference, or tell you what, you send me whatever you want. I will send it to Robbie, but you probably should contact Robbie directly and say, hey, love to be his backup for that. I don't know if he may be a one-man show, though. I don't know. This one's called Your 12-Part Documentary, and this is way too long to read. He's from Africa. Let me look here. Thank you for opening my eyes. He's working on his PhD, listening to me, studying religious fundamentalism. I would request the full documentary in transcribed form. Yeah, you know what? I will send him, because I don't think I've written this guy. I have not written this guy back. He wants the transcripts. And so I will say, sorry, it took me so long. If you want the transcripts it's also, the transcripts I think are also on enclosedworld.com. But if you want the transcripts to Flat Earth Clues, I can shoot them to you. I've got it zipped up on this machine. All right. How many more can we do? This one's called Flat Earth. Hi, Mark. I'm very surprised to hear back so quickly. There seems to be a lot of effort by people in NASA, Neil deGrasse Tyson, the late Stephen Hawking, Brian Cox, the Mythbusters, President Obama, to name a few, trying to explain why the Earth is a spinning sphere. With all the resources at their disposal, and I can't understand why it's taking such a long time to put this subject to rest. I've even seen articles in national newspapers and guests on chat shows discussing Copernicus, etc. It seems obvious to me that all that is needed is to charter a 4-engined aircraft, either from Melbourne, Cape Town, or Santiago, Chile, and fly due south by compass. Compass is, you're going to have to bypass it eventually. At 35,000 feet, fly over the Antarctic. Yeah, well, good luck with that. And then once the other side, fly due north by compass and land in the corresponding continent on the other side of the spinning ball. It would only cost about $200,000 to hire such a plane for the trip. Very small change compared to money and effort trying to prove the Earth is a spinning ball. What do you think? Kind regards, Joe Hodgson. The tough part there is you got to get a pilot that's going to be able to bypass GPS, because you can't use GPS. And since all pilots are trained on GPS now, I don't know how they're going to get around it. I just don't. That's one of your biggest problems. Plus the money. I mean, you're spending a lot of money, boy, and plus the Antarctic Treaty. You can't just fly over it. They're not going to let you just fly over the damn thing. You can't. Antarctica is a tricky thing. Look it up. Rob Skiba did a wonderful video where he was summarizing. It was a mirror of somebody else who was talking about how detailed the Antarctic Treaty is. Not just setting up shop there, just doing anything down there. This one's called Flat Earth. Mark, I am doing a project in my environmental science class about flat Earth. I was wondering if you could give me a professional opinion on what flat Earth looks like, how it rotates around the sun, and what you think on this subject. Sincerely, Merrick. Yep, I already responded to him. If anyone's doing a class for the university or high school, and I've done a bunch of those, I'm more than happy to help, provided I can get through the email quickly. And this one's called Flat Earth Fiction. Mark, I'm a struggling writer who has an idea for a work of fiction using the Flat Earth model as the basis for an epic work of sci-fi. Since you and Eric Dubay are the kings of Flat Earth info dump, if I send you the first few chapters of the book, could you read through them and let me know what you think? Don't worry about my email address is the one I use to sign up for games and potential spammy signups. By the way, if you're ever on WRA or WoW, look up Lastima. I'm on Alliance. DH, who spams chat with Flat Earth Truth. Nice. And planting, the NASA steals $20 billion and you're bombing brown children overseas with your tax dollars. Truth. Bombing brown children. Also, Patricia Steer is a hottie. Do you know if she's single? Yes, she is single. And yes, she is a hottie. Maybe you should go for it. You're not cute. Oh, thank you. Honestly, you're not cute, but she is. She would make a cute couple with anyone, so go for her. Wow. Wow, thank you. And you know what? That's all right. I used to be cute. I'm not as cute anymore. That's for sure. Shrek and me could probably be brothers. All right, let's do a few more and then wrap it up because now my motivation is flagged. This one's called Flat Earth. No, my time's running out. Mark, hope you find yourself well. I live in Chicago, land area. Just want to let you know that I've been noticing a lot more Air Force jets flying over and or around the sun throughout the day. I also noticed that when the planes fly close to the sun, the bottom of the plane shines so bright as if it had a mirror under it. It's so amazing to see. Well, just wanted to share that because I don't really see many YouTube videos of these events. Thank you. God bless. Cool. This one's called Flat Earth Clues Full. Mark, waking up to the reality that the Earth is flat and covered by a dome has been a lonely experience. Everyone from friends at church, coworkers, and family alike have written me off as someone who has lost it or has joined some new cult. Even my church elders have demanded that I keep silent about this truth, to which I could not submit. Ever since God woke me up to this last August, I've had this vision where new flat Earth believers can have a place where they can find support when backed into corners, demanded to answer the many questions we all have been bombarded with. A vision where they can read testimonies from others who have endured similar persecution. A place like this will even surprise many when they find out there are others like themselves within their own city. Individuals they would never have met if not for the discussion board they were a part of. I just finished this Biblical Flat Earth Awakening discussion board yesterday. I would consider it a privilege if you were to become part of this board, maybe even to help. I do not have time to moderate. If you are interested, please visit the page, look over the forums I've started with, and let me know if you think you could contribute towards building a much broader discussion board. I'm not looking for this as my project, but the project of the entire leadership of this God-ordained awakening. The board, if you guys want to know, is forumsthelastdays.net. So for HTTP, the forums.thelastdays.net. Mark, thank you, and may the Lord continue his blessings towards you. David, Southwest Idaho. And yeah, it's nice. I am so busy. I can't even really delve into social media, to be perfectly honest. I'm just so inundated with all this stuff. And anyway. Let's do two more. This one's called AE Maps. Hey, Mark, you've turned my whole world upside down. See what you did there. I wanted to know if this really was your email address. Yes, it is. I'm an airline pilot and have a few questions for you sometime. Would it be all right if I call you in the near future? Thanks, Brian. Yep, sure. Hopefully he calls me. You guys can call me anyway. My phone number's out there. And yes, this is my only email address. And This one, let's end on this one. This will be kind of fun. Survival Guide and Art Bell Show, Coast to Coast. Hello, Mark. I did the wrong thing. I spoke to my son about the Flat Earth Club. Before I knew it, he was not in the club. I am 52. My son is 19. Wow. I blew his mind. I pulled out a plate and showed him you can fly around a plate and never fall off the edge. I asked for a photo of Earth and I spoke to him about the vacuum of space. His reply was, Google it and you'll find pictures of the Earth, and Elon Musk did not put air in the tires. That is why they did not blow up. I have some work to do, but he is a smart kid. I did find this picture that I attached below confirming I am not a nut. I texted this to him saying, really? That's all we have in 2018. It looks like a 1998 AOL you got mail GIF file. Peace, Ted Smith. There you go. Spreading the word. Remember, the first rule of Flat Club is you do not talk about Flat Club. And yet, the emails keep piling in. And so do the voicemails, which means some of you guys are talking about it. What's the deal? And one last email. Almost forgot about this. In fact, I did forget about it and already uploaded the video, and then I had to take it back down. So, the ending email goes a little something like this. Hey, Mark. First, let me congratulate you for holding up the Flat Earth banner. I'm probably the only black sista from DC who believes in the Flat Earth. Please pronounce the word sister as sista. It's a black thang. I know how you like to spell check your emails, LOL. No meetups in DC. I would like to host a meetup, but my husband says no way. He is a closet flat earther, and he is afraid that something may happen to me if I should host an event. He even didn't want me to go to the first conference in North Carolina. I can't believe how the movement has grown. I'm so blessed to be a part of it since December of 2015. Lastly, please send me the survival guide. Thanks. Shout out to Patricia, D. Marble, my baby's daddy in another life, Jeranism, Crow 777, and a call for an uprising. Hey, Mark, do me a favor. Please call me when you're going to read my email on YouTube so I can listen. I love your voice. Please refer to me as Tippy Long Walking on a Plane. Here's my landline number, and she gives me her number. Yep, I still have a landline, and I'm not ashamed. May God keep and bless you, Tippy Long Walking on the Plane. And with that almost perfect email, we're going to call it good. And until next time, guys, stay flat.